Hello guys, this is CodeNCode and this is second lecture of number theory, updated number theory course, right? In this lecture, we are going to learn how you can prime factorize a given number n in square root of n time. All right, so let's get started. So problem statement is very simple. You are given a number n and you have to print its prime factorization. So if input is 5, of course the output is 5 because 5 is prime factorization. If input is 12, the output should be 223, right? Which is 12's prime factorization. As simple as that. This is the problem statement. Now, so you might remember in school we used to do it like this. So you have a number, let's say 20. The way you do it is start from 2, right? Keep on dividing it until you can. So I divide 20 by 2, I get 10. Divide 10 by 2, I get 5. Now 5 is not divisible by divisible by 2. So I'll start with 3. Same story. 4. Same story. 5. 5 is divisible by 5, so we'll get 1. As soon as we get 1, we'll stop, and this is our prime factorization. 2, 2 and 5, right? Exact same thing. You can convert it to into an algorithm and you will get this. Let's say you are given n, right? So if n is equals to 1, no prime factorization, just return, right? Beside that, start with 2, right? We are starting with 2, so divisor is 2. And while n is greater than 1, keep on dividing n with divisor as long as it is able to. So while n is divisible by divisor, print the divisor and divide n by it. For example, 20 is divisible by 2, so I'll print 2 and then divide 20 with 2, right? So I'll get 10. Again, I'll check whether 10 is divisible by 2 or not. Same story goes on, right? And just for the next iteration, we increment the divisor, right? So simple algorithm, right, to get the prime factorization. The thing is that its time complexity is linear, right? It takes big O of n time in worst case. Now, how we can improve upon the time complexity? So the way we can do it is this. Only one prime factor can be greater than square root of n. Very important fact. And this is the one that will reduce the time complexity from linear to square root of n, right? So we are claiming that only one prime factor can be greater than square root of n, right? So if we are talking about 100, square root of 100 is 10. So in prime factors of 100, you can only have one prime which is above 10. Rest will be below or equal to square root of n. Very interesting fact, right? How do we prove it? Simple. let's say let's prove it by contradiction. Let's say that there are two prime factors which are above square root of n, and they are p1 and p2. If that is the case, p1 is greater than square root of n and p2 is greater than square root of n, their product will be greater than n, which will contradict the fact that product of prime factors cannot be greater than n, right? And hence there is no way there can be two primes in prime factorization of n which is greater than square root of n, right? Remember this is very important. Now let's build the algorithm. So either all of the prime factors are up to square root of n, or there'll be one prime factor which will be above that. So if you run for loop till square root of n, you'll find most of them. Right? Except if it is the case that there exists one prime above square root of n, you will miss that only. Otherwise, you'll find all of them. Right? So why don't we run our for loop till square root of n only? Right? So that means that most of the prime factors you can find till square root of n, right? Now, using the same thing, we have devised this algorithm, right? So what we are going to do, if you remember, we were running a while loop till n was greater than 1. Here, what we are going to do, we are going to run a for loop from 2 till square root of n, right? And inside this, we are doing the exact same thing. So while n is divisible by the divisor, print the divisor, keep on dividing it. As simple as that. This you already know. The only major change we have done is that we are going till square root of n only. What if n is not equal to 1, right? So we are running a for loop till square root of n. So there are only two cases. Either all of the prime factors are till square root of n. In that case, n will be 1, right? If that is not the case, n will be greater than 1. And if n is greater than 1, after going till square root of n itself will be a prime, right? Because if it is a composite number, it will have more than one prime, and we have already proven that above square root of n, there can be only one prime factor, right? So it cannot be a composite number, it has to be a prime number. So if n is greater than 1, it is a prime number and it is part of the prime factorization, and hence you will print it, right? So as simple as that. Run a for loop till square root of n, keep on dividing it and printing prime factors. Once you come out of for loop, if n is still greater than n, it is 100% a prime number, and that will be part of prime factorization. You will print that too. If that is not the case, it will be equal to 1, right? And you won't print it. So as simple as that, using a single fact that only one prime in a prime factorization of n can be above square root of n, we have reduced the time complexity from linear to square root of n. Right. So yeah, this is how you can find out prime factors of n in square root of n time. If you have any doubts, query, or if you have suggestion, please do let me know in the comment section. So yeah, this is it for this lecture. Thank you guys for watching. Until the next video drops, keep coding. Thank you.